Now, before we proceed to the next one, I'm going to call up Helen here to the stage.
I'm trying to get my lips.
So thank you for that interview. So Kelly couldn't join us here for this little chat, but figured I have a question of my own, and then we would like to open it up to the floor. So I think mine kind of ties into the last part that you and Kelly talked about, where you mentioned a little bit that there's quite a bit of information available for the public on the website. But I'm thinking, so for the audience and for anybody watching, if they want to get involved or if they want to dig in deeper to KCS or all of the work that the consortium is doing, how can they take the next step? Is there somebody they can network with or get connected to? How do they take the next step?
Yes. Well, the next step could be taken by speaking to ComAround, for example. We have a lot of connections with other companies that work KCS. On the websites that Kelly mentioned, the kcsacademy.net and serviceinnovation.org, all the members of the consortium are listed. So all the companies that are working KCS are there, so get in contact with them. All the trainers, there's 23 of us in the world that are active now, can connect you with people as well. And they are in Europe and in US and in Australia and some other places. The consortium and the KCS Academy also organize a lot of events. They have been both in Europe on a world tour this spring, and they are also in the US. Actually, next one up is on Thursday in Seattle in US. So you can also meet ComAround there. We have one of our colleagues, Brent, that is in the US office. It's going to attend. So in 2 days, if you hurry up, you can be there.
Book your flights now.
And there's also web sessions that you can sign up for and join in, and it's all free. Some of the events are online as well. There are full-day events, and there are other events. So it's a great way to connect with people. And they are for members and non-members, of course. Some meetings are for member companies, but most of them are open to anyone to register. And of course, if you're going to do training, you're going to meet people that want to or are interested in KCS or want to or are practicing it. So that's a good way to meet up with other people that practice KCS.
Great. Any other questions from the audience relating to this? To Kelly or to Helen?
They've been on KCS sessions today, so they all know everything.
Perfect.
We have a question?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
The KCS, do we also have a maturity evaluation of companies on where they are?
Yes, we do. We have something called KCS assessment, which is a great way to find out where you are today in your knowledge management processes. So I've done it for a few companies where I have a full day on site with the company, and I interview a few people that are working within the service desk or related areas to find out from different perspective how the company is working today, both when it comes to technology, but also when it comes to culture, when it comes to knowledge-based maturity and other areas. So we look at 6 main areas, and we map it up, and I do a report back as well, where we put the current state of knowledge against the KCS methodology. And I tell you, based on where you are today, this is what you need to do or change to work in a better way with knowledge. So it's a great way to get started on a KCS journey. That's a recommended way. Because it's difficult if you don't really know. Sometimes you think that you know how you're working. You have the tools in place and you have the knowledge base in place, but that's when you start to dig into it with someone external. I think it's the key. People open up and they tell you that, no, yeah, we have a knowledge base, but it's crap, so I'm not using it. And someone else thinks it's fine. Management thinks everything is in place, but no one is actually working that way. So it's a good way to map up and compare the current state towards the state you want to be in the future. So KCS assessment is called.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you. Good question.
Yep.
All right. let's thank Helen for the input.
Yes, thank you.
And we kind of gave you a spoiler up here who's up next. So we have from Every, Espen Valldalen. And Espen, I will help you here move around.